Hi and welcome to the first video for Ben's Allotment channel. We're not currently at the allotment, we're at home sowing some seeds for Nick's Allotment Diary Sunflower Challenge 2020. The varieties I've selected are Harlequin F1, Little Leo, Giant Single, and I think it's pronounced Alchemy. Three of the varieties will form the collage, which is the new challenge for this year, and then the single giant, I will grow two of those in pots down at the allotment, and the other three will go in the ground. Hopefully the ones in the ground will produce large heads. So let's get on with sowing them here. I've lined the seeds out. As you can see, the Harlequin has a few different colours. Sorry about the shadowing there. These are the Little Leos, single giant, much larger seed. There was one odd black seed in the packet. Whether it's the same variety or not, we'll see, but I thought I'd sow it anyway. And very small seeds here are the Alchemy. Most of these, except the Harlequins, are last year's seed, as with the current COVID-19 crisis, haven't been able to get out any shops because trying to isolate as much as possible. I'll sow these tonight and then take down to the polytunnel down at the allotment tomorrow. May add that to the end of this video, or may just make a new one when I actually do an update on the allotment, my first update. This is the first video I'm doing. I've had my allotment since June last year. Spent most of the time revamping it. It was quite a mess. Just been turned over by the council and lots of weed seeds ploughed into it. Since then I've half built a fruit cage. It's nearly finished, should be finished next week. Put in various sized raised beds. I've got two small polytunnels, well, one at 6 metre by 3 metre polytunnel and a 2 metre by 3 metre polytunnel. Bought those just off the cusp. They were the green mesh type style ones. I've since purchased a 30-foot by 14-foot proper polytunnel from Direct Polytunnels, as they're local to me. This won't be going up until October, possibly when the tomato season is finished, and then hopefully be able to grow salad and stuff like that through it in the winter of this year. But more on that another day anyway. So let's get on with sowing the seeds. Start with the Harlequin F1. I've pre-filled these trays with multi-purpose compost, and as you can see, just dibbed a shallow hole. Hopefully you can see that the shadowing's really bad in here, but it's late in the evening because I've been up the allotment today, and so I'm using the lighting in the house, unfortunately. We're just going to continue to pop the seeds in there, the pre-dibbed holes. With the larger ones, plant them on the sides, but smaller ones, it doesn't matter too much really. And we'll scatter some compost over when they're finished. As you can see there, I've labelled each one using the yellow tape and marker pen that I know certainly Nigel from Muddy Boots uses. Works very well, and it's a lot better than throwing away loads of plastic all the time. Let's go with the Little Leos here. For a small headed sunflower, these are actually quite large seeds, so we're going to try our best to place them on the side, as you can see there. Really helps having everything laid out before you start, then you know where you stand and you won't mix anything up at all. Let's go for the main big one here, single giant. These were the only one I actually grew last year, and they did produce some big seeds, some big heads, sorry, and seeds, which the birds loved. These, like I say, these ones and the Little Leos are last year's seeds, but I bought at the end of the season for 10p each from Wilkinson's. The Harlequins were the only new ones this year. Right, just scatter some compost over with them. As I say, I shan't water these tonight. They'll get a good watering with some water up at the allotment tomorrow, and they'll go into the polytunnel on the trestle table, along with many other seedlings. I've actually been up there today planting my tomato plants in the polytunnel in the ground. So hopefully the cold weather holds bay. Any further updates on these will follow shortly, hopefully with more videos. I do hope to try and post content, especially at this time. But like I say, bear with me on the filming and stuff like that, because I'm certainly new to this and fairly new to the allotment side of it. I've always grown a bit of stuff at home, but in limited space, so quite used to container growing. So hopefully this year's challenge should be quite suited to me. Thanks for joining me, and let's enjoy Sunflower Challenge 2020. Bye for now.